is Celeste, and welcome back to my channel. We're gonna get into a reading vlog. You know, I'm not sure if it's gonna be a weekly one or just a weekend. Maybe just a weekend, and we'll see how things go. Yeah, I'm deciding that right now. It's gonna be a weekend vlog. And we have 3 books to talk about today that we're gonna be getting through. The first one is Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is basically an epic fantasy, very long. It's like 1,200 pages or something, which is ridiculous, but it's really good so far. I'm about like 200 something pages in, and there's a little tab right there that's gonna be for when I do my next reading update, I guess. If I ever get to this book. This one's kind of on the back burner right now. Not that it's not good, it's very good, but it takes a while for me to get through just because it's so rich and dense. So it's not good, but it's a lot. Mr. Brandon Sanderson, it's a lot. The next one we have is Star Daughter by Shveta Thakrar. Shveta Thakrar. Basically, so far, it's very Indian inspired. The main character is basically half human, half star. Her mother was a star, or is a star, and her dad is human. And basically, from where I've read, I'm about 100 pages in. She's like feeling this calling from the stars, like she's supposed to go back up to the heavens or whatever, and she's feeling this like pull to the stars, and she's basically just on her journey figuring that out pretty much. It's good so far. It's got like some musical elements in it. Like she likes to sing. I think she gets that from her mom, and she likes to play some instruments too. So it's interesting. I don't really have much to say about it just because I'm not that far into it, but so far it's pretty good. And then the last book that we're going to talk about today is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This one almost 400 pages in, so I'm pretty far into it. Basically it's about a historian who also happens to be a witch, but she, because of something that happened in her past, she doesn't want to use her powers to get like ahead of people. And then her love interest is a vampire, and basically she like sets off this whole avalanche of things, and witches, vampires, demons are trying to come after her to get whatever she set off. And yeah, it's basically following her and the vampire who is protecting her. It's very Twilight if Bella was a historian and a witch, pretty much. It's not like the plot isn't the same, but that's like the vibes I'm getting from it. So throughout like most of this book, I haven't really been like super enjoying it. There are parts that I do like, but then there are parts that I'm like, this is dragging. I don't want to read this anymore, and I have to like really push myself through it. And I know if you're reading something and it feels like that, you should just DNF it, but I'm like this far into it, and I'm like, might as well just suffer through it and finish it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, got these 3 books. Hopefully I get a dent through them, make a dent, something. And yeah, we'll see how far I get in the weekend, and we'll end on like Sunday night or Monday morning. Yeah. So yeah, wish me luck. Before we get to the reading though, there are a few little updates that I kind of wanted to go over. I currently live in my grandma's house. I know you've seen a bunch of background changes here, but my grandma moved out And so I moved in because she didn't want to go through the process of selling her house. So I live here and my brother lives here as well. And that's really nice because I really liked living alone in the apartment, but living in an apartment was not an option for me because my current jobs don't pay me enough, and I don't work enough to live in an apartment or like in a house or anything without like a million roommates. So yep, live here. Hopefully I'll be getting a bookshelf that will go on this wall over here, and then that'll take up the rest of the books that are on the floor, which I think I've shown, maybe. Today is Saturday. I worked today earlier. I was teaching writing lessons. Those went well. I was very tired throughout the whole thing, but the kids were good and they're not annoying like some kids are. One of my students even got to jump a little bit, so good for her. I have to water some plants and maybe clean up around the house a little bit, but other than that, my weekend is like pretty free, so I won't have to really do much of anything, like work-wise or productivity-wise. I don't know, except for read, I guess. This is really close, but like, I kind of vibe with it. Anyway, 7:30 at night right now, which I know isn't like super late, but I wanted to give a little tiny update on Discovery of Riches. So far I'm not really enjoying it. What? And I only have like 40 pages left, so we're just gonna get into the reading, and then I'll read it, and then I'll finish it, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on it. I have not read anything else. I did not delve into Wave Kings or Star Daughter, but maybe after I finish this one, we'll get into one of those two, and we'll see. I just got home from work, and work was good. It actually, the kids are so funny. Like, you just roast them and they roast you back, and then you just laugh because it's funny the way they roast people. They're like, your mom's built like a refrigerator, and I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, do you even know how to insult somebody? Have you ever heard of roasting before? Is like, do they understand this generation of children? Do they understand literally anything? Not really, because they're iPad kids. But I still love them, and I hope I stay there for the foreseeable future because I do enjoy that job. I like my coworkers, and I like the kids a lot. Well, most of them. Some of them can go away. They can go back with their parents. I don't want them. No, thank you. But yeah, so that was my day. I didn't really do much else besides work for my, oh, before I got to work though, there was traffic because they closed down 2 lanes for like miles. And so I was stuck in traffic for like 30 minutes trying to get to work. So I ended up being late, and my boss is like, no, it's fine. He didn't think it would be as much of an issue as it was. And I was like, thanks for telling me, guys. Would have been nice to know, then I would have left a little earlier, but can't really control that kind of thing. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into this, and I'll update you when I finish it. So, I did it. I finished A Discovery of Witches, and honestly, I feel like I have a lot to say, but like, do I really want to get into it? So, I feel like this book is very rushed. The romance happens like insta-love almost, and it starts out a certain way and then it transitions into being something like complete opposite, and I didn't really like that. The main characters I did not like very much either. I feel like Diana is very bland and Mary Sue, which you'll discover later on if you do ever pick this up, or if you have picked this up, you know what I mean, I guess, about her being a Mary Sue. And then I didn't really like Matthew either. He's basically just a stalker, a dangerous stalker that she should have avoided. We're supposed to be independent women in this book. So anyway, I liked the side characters, like a majority of them. Towards the end, 2 characters were introduced, and it's like, why are you here right now? Why is this happening right now? Like, what does it add to the plot, right? But yeah, I liked a majority of the side characters, and honestly, I wish it was more about them rather than beat up Diana and Matthew's asshole. And like, anyway, I know that obviously the book is supposed to be about them, but just reading about her and her boring day-to-day life, how she deals with things, how she is treated by men, yeah, it's just a lot. Nothing really happens. A lot of it is just like day-to-day activities with no semblance of plot whatsoever. So yeah, I don't know if I want to continue the story because I am interested to see where it will go, but they're kind of unbearable. And do I really want to read more of that? I haven't decided yet. So that was my little update for you. I'll come back later with another one for maybe Star Daughter, maybe We Have Kings. We'll see. Hi everyone, I'm back with an update for these two books. I actually finished Star Daughter and I read about 100-ish pages of The Way of Kings, so I'll get into Star Daughter first. So, Star Daughter. It's about this girl. I already kind of went into what it's about, but it's about this girl. She's half star, half human, and she gets this like calling to go back to the heavens where the stars are. And so her mother is the star. So she goes back up there, and then basically she has to complete this like trial to help out her family, her mother's like family's court, pretty much. Yeah, the romance in this was cute, but they were really cute. I feel like it wasn't very forced and it wasn't rushed. It was very well thought out, and I really enjoyed the romance aspect of this book. And it wasn't the forefront of the book either, which I enjoy because I don't like it when the romance is like the glaring plot point in the story, which is probably why I didn't really like The Discovery of Witches either. But yeah, Star Daughter was pretty good. Some of it was a little cumbersome, I think is the word. Like, a lot of it didn't seem very necessary. There were a lot of plot points that were like, huh? They kind of didn't make sense. But overall, the story was pretty good. I don't know if I'll keep it. I probably won't. I don't think I would read it again. But it was a enjoyable read for what it was. It is young adult, which I'm not. Well, I am a young adult, but not in the sense that young adult is supposed to be like the audience for young adult, you know how it is. And Way of Kings. Yes. Like, you read a chapter and like not a lot happens, but you're like so invested in it because you're like, you want to know more about these characters and the overall world, because like obviously it's at 1,200 pages, so you're gonna learn a lot about the world. And there's like going to be so many books in this series, and this is only the first one, and I'm only about 400 pages into it, and I really like how much the characters are already developed and how they are developing, and the story itself is interesting, and just like there's a lot going on, but also not a lot going on. Like, one of the chapters I read, I was like, this is kind of boring, but then like at the end of the chapter it left you on a cliffhanger, and it was like, oh, fuck, I gotta keep reading now. So, but I think that was mostly like a world building, character building chapter, so I don't blame him for that, and I'm excited to read more of this. But I'll probably end the vlog here, since I did get through 2 books and then as much of this as I wanted to get into. So yeah, if you got this far into the video, I think there's a sword emoji, so please leave a sword emoji for The Way of Kings, and let me know what you're reading, if you're reading anything, and hope you have a good day or night, and I will see you in another video. Bye.